Good morning if you're in the United States, and good day wherever else you are. I am Jayhawk. This is WWF Championship Wrestling, June 23rd, 1979. Now, if you're watching live on Twitch, you'll notice I've got this labeled just as June 23rd. And later tonight, we've got a show from the Philadelphia Spectrum. The number one contender to the WWF Championship, whoever that may be, going to get their shot at the world title in that big main event tonight. We will know who that number one contender is within the next hour and a half. Hey, that worked for you. No, forget Microsoft. Anyway. So, and we're going to see how I'm feeling here. We're going to do the Championship Wrestling episode, which will take us about an hour, a little longer maybe. And then, if I'm feeling up to it, my voice is holding up, we will take a brief intermission to cut up the show for the Spectrum. We're planning on doing both of these live on Twitch right now. If you're watching on YouTube, these will be done in two separate videos. So please check them both out. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. Follow me on Twitch at RefJayhawk and get these notifications live. And there is your main event on screen. The North American Championship on the line. The big cat, Ernie Ladd, will be defending that North American Championship today against Pat Patterson. In real life, Pat Patterson won the North American title on the condition of Championship Wrestling over Ted DiBiase. Will that happen here today? Will history repeat itself? Only time will tell. We're also going to have the next story in the Greg Valentine Chief J Strongbow feud, and I was getting ready to put the Iron Sheik into a match on the show. That spot had a rivalry action listed as Iron Sheik against Nikolai Volkoff, which I thought was interesting. And I figured, you know what? They don't actually become a team in real life till '84. What the hell? Let's go ahead and see how that plays out. Add a new story, add a new layer. I had to go on mute for a second. My son decided to call me over something that did not need to be a phone call. Anyway. But I kind of, why not add another storyline to the mix? So let's go ahead and get things started here. Let's start the show. Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious how this thing goes. We got a six-man tag team match coming up. I'm skipping the... I don't want to know what the rivalry reaction says. We'll skip that. There's excitement in the air. The opponents are ready to go and not wasting any time. Here comes Chief J Strongbow sliding into the ring. Oh, you had to expect this. You had to expect this level of intensity between these competitors. These two want to tear each other apart. I already heard the bell. Referee gets them apart. Chief J Strongbow comes right out at it here. So you're seeing this big rivalry battle right here on television. Springboard moonsault and a count of two already by the Chief. Did not take very long to get the upper hand going. One fall contest here on Championship Wrestling. Do not be surprised if these guys end up faking each other at the Spectrum later on tonight as well. Oh, spinning back kick nicely done there. And oh, the big running knee. At the Chief catching it here. Of course, Greg the Hammer Valentine, the former WWF champion, had that belt for 9 days earlier this year. Valentine now sent to the outside. It's been all Chief J. Strongbow looking to gain revenge over that knee injury that Greg the Hammer Valentine cost him earlier. Oh, I went for a moonsault and missed it on the floor there. That was a big mistake. That should start the 10 count over. Valentine now up onto the top rope. He misses. That. Now, Valentine was not in the ring there, so I don't feel the 10 count should have restarted. But not my call, not my circus, not my monkey. Chief Jake up on the top rope. He does get that big diving forearm. Again, they weren't in the ring. That should not restart the count. Referee being very lenient here. He wants to see a winner. Valentine is cranking on that arm. Oh, the big knee. Catching him in the head there. And the hammer crashing into their guardrail there. Look at them. Kind of kick. Both men back in the ring. It's been a fight. It's been a big fight already. Big clothesline by Chief J. Strongbow. I will never get over saying Chief J. Strongbow missing the Akai moonsault. Alright, nice little sequence there. Sheik of Brian Danielson there by Greg the Hammer Valentine. Go for the cover. Down to 2, all the Hammer can get. So what an opening contest. They're going all the way at it. We got a couple near falls already. Looks like a curb stomp getting set up here by Valentine. Nails him. Trying to drag Strongbow away from the rope. You want to go for a cover or for a commission here? Let's go for a commission. He got a sharpshooter on. And even pulling him away from the rope. When he turned him right back toward the rope. That may have saved the Chief here. Valentine comes off the big flying elbow. And there for cover again. 1, 2, 3. Greg the Hammer Valentine up. Good match. That was fun.
Here is your winner, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
That was fun. Greg the Hammer Valentine is 345. Gets the win with the flying elbow drop. But I do not believe that's going to be the end of the battle here. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Oh, now they're enemies. Okay. We got more rivalry action coming up with Sheik and Volkoff later on, but we're going to take a look right now at 6-man tag team action. One fall with a 15-minute time limit. The 3 Valiant brothers, all 3 of them, taking on SD Jones, Dominic, DeNucci, and Steve Travis. And we're going to have, I believe, going to have individual entrances for the fan favorite team here. It's going to take a little bit here, but we'll go ahead and get to the ring action.
The following is a 6-man tag team match. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 756 pounds. Gentlemen, Jerry Valiant, Luscious Valiant, and Handsome Jimmy Valiant.
All 3 Valiant brothers, of course, Johnny and Jerry, are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Jimmy, the former champion, held it with Johnny back in 1970, the WWF Tag Team Championship back in 1975. Again, remember, we started it basically at the name change, so it's a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys enjoy these streams as much as I do.
And their opponents, first from Mali, weighing in at 260 pounds,
SD Special Delivery Jones making his way to the ring. Still has competed at every episode of the series. I'm sure he'll be at the Spectrum in some way, shape, or form. I hate not having matches to advertise for the Spectrum, but I don't know. Until we get these matches done and I can look at the winning percentages, I don't know. I can make an assumption, but I don't know for sure. Let's go back up to our ring and introduction for the introduction of SD Parton.
from Milan, Italy, weighing in at 245 pounds,
Dominic DeNucci coming out here. The team with SD Jones in this six-man tag team matchup. Okay, now we've talked about the #1 contender and that sort of thing here, who that #1 contender is going to be. This match is not going to affect those ratings. It is a six-man tag team match. Honestly, there's no six-man tag team title to compete for. So there's no ranking involved in this one here. This is just a match. Get some guys to have some issues with the Valiant brothers. Well, let's get the ring introduction here first before we get back to that.
and from Charlottesville, Virginia, weighing in at 229 pounds, Steve Travis.
Steve Travis making his way to the ring here. So we've got some guys here that have had some issues with the Valiant brothers so far. Steve Travis has had a couple of opportunities to win those tag team championships. He teamed with Gorilla Monsoon. They had a terrific matchup at the Philadelphia Spectrum last month. Came within an eyelash of winning those titles. Did not get the job done. Steve Travis then started teaming with Haystack Calhoun. Got a non-title win over the Valiant. Valiant kind of retained the title in the rematch 2 weeks ago here on television. So you're seeing what has the potential to be a very interesting matchup here. Could Steve Travis maybe find himself a new partner and continue to go after the tag team title? Now look, gone. We are underway. One fall with a 15-minute time limit. So the time limits are falling under the standard time limit for tag team action. Very distinct possibility of a time limit draw in a six-man tag team match with the extra body. We'll have to see how this plays out as the match goes on here. Jimmy Valiant working over SD Jones' arm in the early going. We've yet to have a match on television hit the 10-minute mark, even in a tag team setting. Valiant hit that side kick, but hit it back and going head on the canvas there, and that gives SD Jones a chance. Count of one is all SD can get off of that. The only time we've had a match more than 10 minutes was at the Spectrum last month. Have not had that on television yet at all. We'll have to see if this changes things here. My guess is it probably will. Although if the Valiant can keep SD Jones isolated in their corner like they're doing right now, they'll be in pretty good shape as the match moves on here. There's luscious Johnny Valiant with the shoulder breaker. Wasting time. He can let SD tag if he's not careful. We see that multiple times in every tag team match. It drives me nuts every time. Hey, all you want to about there's a tag. Hip-talking Valiant over. Hip-talking DeNucci over, I'm sorry. Double shoulder tackle there. There's a knee drop there by Valiant. Goes for the cover. Get a count of 1. Maybe, not quite. Elbow drop by Valiant. Another elbow drop. And an elbow drop after that. Just rake in the face there, Dominic DeNucci. And the tag made to the luscious Jerry Valiant as he starts working on Dominic DeNucci here. DeNucci at some of the non-televised live events has been teaming up with Ivan Putski. Interesting tag team there. Going into a abdominal stretch here. Going for the commission. There's little things with the realism of the realism of the simulations here. Obviously, like toning the crowd as the guy go for the hot tag, so you can see them make the hot tag. That gets annoying. Oh, nice flash there by Jerry Valiant. Almost tripped off that top rope. But the referee just dropping where they are to make a count instead of trying to look for the shoulder, or just stating where they are for a commission instead of trying to get a position to look for it. Steve Travis in the ring here. He's going to use his one save. Now you see that echo over Steve Travis' name on the corner here. I know some people get annoyed with me for keeping the energy bars on the screen, but that echo on that corner by Steve Travis over Steve Travis' name. For those of you not aware, Steve Travis is not going to be able to enter the ring again until he is tagged in. You get one save. Once he tagged in, the save is set. So that's something to keep an eye on here. DeNucci whips Jerry Valiant in the corner. He tags SD in instead of Steve Travis. I would have tagged Travis in. One, because Travis has not been tagged in as of yet. And two, I would get that save back opened up. But not what happened here. Big body slam. And again, there you see the hot tag because somebody got to play to the crowd while the hot tag is going on. Running tackle there by Johnny Valiant, now the legal man on his side. Bit of a cheap shot there by DeNucci, but he did not enter the ring, so he keeps his save. Valiant needs to get out of that corner. I mean, I appreciate what he's doing here, but he needs to get out of that corner. He can tag out at any second here if he's not careful. I mean, like we've already seen DeNucci throw some punching at him. Again, the damn hot tag. Tag it there to Steve Travis, though. All the saves are reset. Everybody can come in. Everybody who is not legal can come back in and make a save if need be. 5 minutes have gone by. One fall, 15-minute time limit, remember. Vertical suplex. We put time limits on these matches, especially on these TV portions. I don't want a 6-man tag team match going an hour and a half if I can avoid it. And I've seen that happen in some previous versions of the game, so. Tag made to Jimmy Valiant on the opposite side. Out Jimmy Valiant and Steve Travis, the legal man. Oh, flying head kickers there by Steve Travis. Beautifully executed. Electing not to go for the cover. Probably wouldn't have got him anyway. Look at a little double team there. SD Jones get a shot in on the apron. Nice drop kick by Steve Travis, by the way. There's the elbow drop. I'll tell you, give these guys some credit here. Fun little match so far. Look, a running lariat to the back of the neck of Jimmy Valiant while he was caught in that corner. Steve Travis now up on the top turnbuckle. What's he going to go for here? He wants chance from Jimmy to get to his feet. Big flying axe handle. Stop playing to the crowd and stop the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. 2 separate taunts on that hot tag. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Cannot believe... Oh, God. We can get a 15-minute draw just being everybody being stupid. Arm drag takedown there by Steve Travis. Nice drop kick. The drop kick that got set for Steve Travis in this game is one of the most beautiful drop kicks I've seen in a video game. Like that's a fantastic drop. Nice body slam. Travis tagging in DeNucci here. DeNucci with the whip. Hip toss from over that corner. He's going to go for the cover. Jerry Valiant kind of confident that he was going to kick out, but he better get that right shoulder up. Picked up Jerry Valiant there, slammed him down to the mat. Now DeNucci was at least going up to the top rope to do a move. I will accept that. He went up to the top to do the move. He didn't realize Jerry was going to the corner. I will buy that one. Tag to FD Jones. Going to get a double team effort here. They've got till a referee count of 5 for DeNucci to leave the ring. Referee very rarely actually go for a pin on something like that. Now, oh. FD brings Jerry Valiant into the ring. Now, you know, FD brought Jerry Valiant into the ring, so this does not count against Jerry Valiant in that cave. Tag on the far side, but they're working on Jerry Valiant. Jimmy's the legal man. But you know that did not count against Jerry Valiant for the cave. He got brought into the ring. So that's a distinction there that may come into play later on. Jimmy covers Dominic, count of 1. I told you, I kind of expect a 15-minute draw just with it being a 6-man tag, but a lot of these guys have been getting beat on pretty badly there. Nice dropkick by Dominic DeNucci, going for the cover here. I don't think he's going to get him. Oh, both Valiants came in the ring there. Now let's make a note of that. Both Jerry and Johnny Valiant came into the ring. They both blew their cave, and Jerry Valiant did nothing with it because Johnny had already made the cave. So Jimmy is on his own unless he can make a tag. Hip toss, cover. Count of 1 is all he can get. Gary got elbow drop here, and raking FD fake with his boot. Gary could jab. And a big clothesline by hand from Jimmy. He should make a tag here. He needs to make a tag to somebody. He's going to tag in Johnny, and that's the right call. 10 minutes have gone by. 5 minutes remain in the time limit. Now Johnny's back in the ring, so Jimmy can make a cave. Jerry still is not tagged in, so Jerry Valiant still has to stay on the apron. He has no choice. He cannot re-enter the ring. Unless he tags in. FD Jones with a big fist to the midsection there. I don't know if the competitors are aware of the time. Sometimes if you're a veteran, you can kind of get a quick sense about how much time is left in the match. There's a whip, there's a reversal. Oh, big forearm there by Johnny Valiant on the Steve Travis here. Whip Travis into the rope. Spinning side slam. Nicely done by Luscious Johnny going for the cover here. We get one, not quite one. DeNucci comes going to make the cave. Well, that's it for DeNucci. We're down to one cave available currently on each side of the ring. Low blow right in front of the referee. She's going to allow it. SD makes his cave, so he's done like he can tag in. And now it's advantage Valiant. Going for a commission hold here. That commission worked mostly on the arms, which have not really been worked on. I would have dragged Travis toward my corner before doing that, but that Jeremy Valiant tag again, go. 2 cave available for the Valiant Brothers team, none for Steve Travis' team here. 3 minutes remain in the time limit here. Running double axe handle. Went for a knee. Travis got out of the way. Nicely done. Inverted atomic drop into a flash. I would have tagged out there. Travis go for the cover. We're not getting any games on the other side. Count of 2 is all Travis can get. Travis with the Irish whip. Again, Jerry Valiant over the top rope. Again, they've got a 10 count on the floor. 10 count on the floor to return to the ring here. Count of 2, all he can get. Count of 3. Man, I don't want this match to go this close to the time limit and then a double count out. Somebody get in the ring. 2 minutes remain in the time limit. Jerry Valiant in trouble here. Jerry Valiant might not beat the count. Count gets 7. Travis rolled out of the ring at 8 to break that count. Locking them down and stretch. Can't get the submission on the floor. You can wear a man down with that. Again, they got to be mindful of the time here. 90 seconds remaining. FD Jones getting away with one here because he's on the floor. And Jerry Valiant got FD Jones into the ring. So again, FD got into the ring, so that will not be a disqualification. Referee, though, is trying to count Johnny Valiant, get him out of the ring. He's staggering. He got thrown in the ring, too. That's not his fault. We might get a DQ, but Johnny's hurt. Oh, Jerry Valiant went for the cover. I didn't even see what he hit. I was watching Johnny. I didn't even see what Jerry hit. Oh, man, what a... Unbelievable ending to this one here. Jerry Valiant pinned Steve Travis in 14:08, if my watch is correct here, but I missed the time in the upper right-hand corner. I might be a second or 2 off. I was watching Johnny Valiant see if he would get out of the ring before that 5 count. You can make an argument as to whether the referee should have counted the pinfall. Normally, in a situation like that, you would not count the pinfall. You would wait for the illegal man to get out of the ring. So, there's going to be a lot of controversy surrounding the conclusion of that match. But in the end, with less than a minute to go in the time limit, the Valiant Brothers do win. We've still got 4 more big matches to go here. The North American title is going to be on the line later on. Can Ernie Ladd make yet another successful defense of that title? We'll find that out in a little bit. We got a couple more matches to go before that. Coming up next, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Jose Estrada to take on Ivan Putski. I tell you, we've had a couple of really fun matches to start off here. I think we get ready for this matchup here, 1 fall, 10 minute. Okay, Estrada making his way to the ring here. 0-5 in individual competition. So this is not going to... I can guarantee you, Estrada is not getting the title shot against Teddy DeNucci at the Spectrum tonight. Actually, I forgot to mention with the Strongbow Valentine match earlier with Valentine's win, both of those wrestlers are now 2-2-1 in individual competition. Of course, Valentine is a former world champion. 500 Richter will not be enough to get that title shot against DeNucci later on, but this man coming to the ring, Ivan Putski.
And his opponent from Warsaw, Poland, weighing in at 245 pounds, Ivar Putski.
Ivan Putski making his way to the ring here. Ivan Putski 2-2. When we give him a 600 winning percentage, go again, most likely would not get that title shot. Most likely not going to get that title shot tonight. There's really only about 2 or 3 people to have a realistic shot again that shot against DeNucci at the Spectrum tonight. The person who is currently the #1 contender is Tito Santana, and he is wrestling later on in the show. And then the Intercontinental Champion, Ernie Ladd, is #2 currently, right behind him. So. And there at the bell, we are underway. One fall with a 10-minute time limit here. But every one-on-one match is important. Every win can move you closer to a world title shot or an Intercontinental title shot. Nice roll up there by Putski. Gets the count of 1. Oh. Estrada floats over, gets to cover himself, gets the count of 1. Alright. Into the tie-up again here. Both men jockeying for position. Putski using that superior strength to throw Estrada off. Now another lockup. Arm wringer here by Estrada, working on that left arm of Ivan Putski. Putski trying to work his way out of it. Reverse is getting slammed. Estrada down, shoulder first. Let's conclude the scientific wrestling portion of this matchup. Okay, we're over 30 minutes into this broadcast. Now I'm seeing the time when we're in Streamwise on Twitch here, taking off the 5 minutes or so for the before we actually got started. We're still about 30 minutes once we actually started playing here, and this is only match number 3 of a 6-match television broadcast. So we encourage our television affiliates to stay with us until we are off the air tonight. It's going to be a little long. Estrada now trying to get Putski up to his feet. Coming up next, apparently, Iron Sheik against Nikolai Volkoff. It will be a rivalry of some description. Bonsai drop there by Estrada onto Ivan Putski. Estrada doesn't have any wins yet, but he had some very impressive performances, some very good matches. So he, released German on the concrete floor there. You get that sense that Estrada is just a win or 2 away. From getting back into things here. There's a backbreaker there by Estrada. Estrada now picking him up here. I can't really announce much for television next week yet, because I don't know how the Spectrum's going to go tonight either. Dominic got kicked here. We have had some double countouts before, so that is not another possibility. Count of 7. Estrada drags Putski in, rolls him underneath the bottom rope back in the ring, comes back into himself. So, not going to get a double countout, at least not at this point of the matchup. Estrada now raking the eye. So, Polish power Ivan Putski there. Now, getting Putski up. What's he going for? That big running kick. Hooks the leg. Feet are up on the referee, doesn't see it. Putski kicked out at 1 anyway. So credit to Putski for that. Estrada picked up Putski's shoulder breaker. And now, heading up Putski here. What's he going for? This match has been all Estrada so far. Putski really had very little offense after the initial chain wrestling sequence in that opening minute. Like I said, I got the sense that Estrada just barely, in that, always got the sense that Estrada is getting close to being able to get a big win here. Putski finally gets an advantage, go for a quick cover. That may be desperation, Putski going for a cover that early in this situation here. Putski finally getting some sort of advantage here. The Irish whip fist to the midsection there, caught him. Nicely done there by Putski. He's now all of a sudden, if you look at the energy bar and stuff at the bottom, it looks like Putski's been kicking Estrada's butt for the last 5 minutes. That's not how the match has actually gone. Putski asks Estrada to get to his feet, goes up to the middle rope, hits a flying axe handle. There's a kick to the back. 5 minutes have gone by here. 5 minutes remaining in the 10-minute time limit. If Estrada dropped that elbow. If Putski dropped that elbow, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the coming at not even 8 o'clock. Oh, bear hug, and Estrada must have grazed the rope if he was caught in that bear hug. There's that Polish hammer. Estrada is close to the rope, but he is hurt. And he is not going to make the pin. So another good effort for Estrada, but he could not put him away.
Here is your winner,
Ivan Putski pinned Estrada in 5:26 with the Polish hammer. That win moved Ivan Putski to 3-2 overall. That's not going to be enough to get that title shot at the Spectrum. Estrada 0-6 so far. But it's very rare that Estrada doesn't go at least 5 minutes. He's almost there. Estrada's almost there. He just can't quite get that win. I don't know what else he needs to do at this point. Alright, I have no idea what's going on with this. I was going to put Iron Sheik in a match of some description in the spot. I saw that they had a rival action set up. I assume that the rivalry is going to be L2 for base match. Let me see. A Bruno Volkoff feud they're doing with that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We'll run with it. We'll see what happens. We haven't used Bruno yet. Bruno's around. So, I assume this is going to be a match. Nikolai Volkoff, Iron Sheik 101.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 320 pounds,
Nikolai Volkoff. Nikolai Volkoff in the series 5-4 in one-on-one competition. Again, I do not see him getting that shot against DiBiase tonight, although he is definitely within the top 10. Iron Sheik with a win had at least a chance to backdoor into that shot. He is 4-2 overall. Probably not actually, looking at some of the other records here. We'll find out. Iron Sheik's going to come to the ring here in just a moment. Iron Sheik making his way to the ring. Of course, Iron Sheik at this time was wrestling as the great host Taylor Ram. Yeah, I decided to keep the rivalry option going on here for this match. Because I was going to put Iron Sheik in a match in this spot on the card anyway. So it's going to be kind of interesting here. Realistically, we've got 3 people that have a shot at getting this world title match later tonight. And all 3 of them are wrestling in the last 2 matches of this card. So it's going to be interesting to see how these last couple of matches play out. This match is 1 fall. And Volkoff comes charging right out of the gate here. Coming up next, that big North American title match, Pat Patterson and Ernie Ladd for the North American Championship. Those 2 guys also potentially in line for that title shot at Ted DiBiase at the Spectrum later tonight. But we will see how that goes. Both of these men will be on that Spectrum show in some way, shape, or form. We'll know more about that lineup when we get there. Volkoff going to send Sheik back into the rope here. Going to go for a quick cover. It's gotta be too early, right? On a 1. Double underhook there by Nikolai Volkoff, nicely executed. Going to see the next chapter in the Greg Valentine Haystack Calhoun rivalry. Valentine Ripple Haystack Calhoun at the Spectrum in real life on that card. I'm sorry. The next chapter in the Valentine Strongbow rivalry. At that count of 2, Volkoff nearly got a win right there. The next chapter in this Volkoff San Martino rivalry will be tonight as well. We'll do that. We'll have that. Oh, big. Oh, look at these shot. Oh, good mid catch in there by Volkoff. Big clothesline. Duck clothesline there. Big back body drop. Pat the Sheik in trouble. And a sidewalk slam there. Count of 1, count of 2. Volkoff now up on the middle rope on the inside. Flying axe handle floored him. Nicely done there. Big bear hug. Locked in here. Volkoff getting up for... Volkoff going for that backbreaker. Fallaway slam combination. We've seen him use before. Sheik powered out of it. But he's not going to get out of it the second time. That's going to do it, I think. Sheik close to the rope. And he can't get there. And there's Bruno Sammartino. Showing some respect to Nikolai. Wanting to join in on the celebration, but not quite sure what to make of it. What is the meaning of this? Tap. Strong show of respect there. Backbreaker into the fallaway slam. Get Volkoff a quick win here in just 3:12. But our semi-final match of the evening is our main event of the evening. Ernie Ladd, the North American champion, getting ready to defend that title against Pat Patterson. The Grand Wizard will be in Pat Patterson's corner for this matchup. Of course, Pat Patterson has managed Ernie Ladd in the past before. Well, that's kind of an interesting development here. Let's see what happened with this one. One fall, 30 minutes are the majority of title matches on television broadcast. Let's go to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Championship.
North American Heavyweight Championship. One fall. 30 minutes. And here comes the challenger on his way to the ring. Oh, I need to mark the... Did not mark the win loss record on Sheik and Volkoff there. So Volkoff moved to 6-4. She gets down to 4-3. Here comes Pat Patterson, number 1 contender to the North American Championship. Getting at a 3-1-1 record at a 700 win percentage. So, trying to do the math here. If Patterson wins, that makes him 4-1-1. That win percentage would be 750. Ernie Ladd with the win would be 5-1. That would make him 833. There's a distinct possibility we could actually have a tie for the number 1 contender spot here. After this as well. I don't want to do a triple threat match in 1979. Those didn't happen, so... We'll have to see how these two matches play out and kind of go from there. We'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. There's that beautiful championship belt that'll become the Intercontinental title in a few months. Go to the ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Pat Patterson. And his opponent, from Shreveport, Louisiana, weighing in at 290 pounds, the World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Champion,
The Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, the North American champion. I'm getting ready to hand over that belt to the referee. He's going to show it to Pat Patterson. What a big match this is. What a big match this is here. You feel the big fight feel coming up at this stage. Bell is gone. We are underway. Again, one fall, 30-minute time limit. For the North American title, Pat Patterson, accompanied by the Grand Wizard. And you'll have former manager, big running power slam there. Ladd's going to try to get the pin done quickly here. Only count of one. And there's and then Ladd is the only single champion to successfully retain the championship. He had kept feet on the rope that time here. Patterson kicking out of that. Ladd's the only single champion to retain a title so far. Every other single champion, when he's made a title defense, has lost the championship so far in the series. And I tell you, Lad has been a fighting champion so far. Ernie Ladd winning the title on June 2nd, 3 weeks ago, over Jimmy Valiant, who had defeated Ted DiBiase for that belt. It's already Ladd's second title defense in just 3 weeks here. I'll give credit to Ernie Ladd for being a fighting champion. And there are tentative plans for this belt to be on the line next week as well. We'll have to see how that plays out. As Ladd, of course, there's a distinct possibility that the winner of this match will challenge for the world title tonight. And if that crowd training didn't cost them. Big backdrop there by Patterson, flat over the top rope. Wicker picked up Ladd like he's gonna do. Oh! Okay. Wicker picked up Ladd like he was gonna do something. Ladd shoved him off. That's basically the only reason we didn't get the DQ there. That's the first time we've seen that in this series. That was interesting. Of course, current WWF rules prevent you from holding two championships at the same time. So the winner of this match, the big possibility of the winner of this match getting a shot at that world title tonight. And if the North American title wins the world title, that would effectively vacate the North American Championship. There's a clothesline. Oh, maybe we do a tournament for it? There's a hip talk in there. The Wizard just threw a kendo stick into the ring here. The referee's gonna get that out of there. Patterson slides behind, go for an inverted DDT. Catching him, nicely done. Of course, Ernie Ladd here. Ernie Ladd earned that North American title shot. The only reason he even competed in June. His contract ran out at the end of May. So a big forearm shot there. Patterson down, trying to gain the advantage. Went for the uppercut there. Ladd stopped that, picked up Patterson. Snake guy into that top turnbuckle. But the Ladd's working without a contract. He'll be around as long as he has that North American Championship. No guarantee Ernie Ladd will still be around after he loses the title. But if he keeps winning and keeps defending, could keep himself in that #1 contender spot and be invited back for title opportunity. So, again, every match important for that reason. There's the whip, there's the reversal. Oh, Ladd, big roundhouse kick there. Oh, Ladd was going in for that, like an Edouard Carpentier special. They're rolling into the ring. Ladd caught him with a clothesline on the way in. Only got a count of 1. That was a nice move there by Ladd. I did not expect to run out of coffee during in my mug here. I'm gonna refill my coffee between shows. Big leg drop by Ladd. That's probably going to do it, and it does. Ernie Ladd once again retaining in 452.
Here is your winner, and still World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Champion, Big C.A.T.
Ernie Ladd with the leg drop, 452, retained the North American Championship yet again. His second successful title defense. And that makes our next matchup, the stake in our next matchup, extremely high here. We'll talk about it in a moment. Johnny Rodz and Tito Santana will be in our final contest of the evening. And here's how it's going to break down, okay, right now before we start the introduction. If Tito Santana wins this match, he will be the #1 contender. and he will take on Ted DiBiase for the world title at the Philadelphia Spectrum later today. If Tito Santana loses this match, the North American champion Ernie Ladd will be the #1 contender. He will get that title shot. And that could throw all kinds of things in flux at the end of the night here. So, let's get to the ring. Let's get this match going. One fall with a 10-minute time limit for this final matchup here. We are going to pass the 1 hour mark on YouTube for this episode, so I appreciate you if you stuck with us. Most of these have been topping out 45, 50 minutes, but that kickman tag went quite a long time. So please stick around with us. We're going to go past the top of the hour.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 239 pounds, a superstar!
The unpredictable Johnny Rodz making his way to the ring here. One fall. 10-minute time limit against against Tito Santana. Rodz 0-4 in individual competition so far here. He's taking on the man right now with the best winning percentage of anybody with 3 or more matches. Tito Santana. Tito Santana, the Toluca, Mexico native. Preparing for this matchup. Here we go, one fall, 10-minute time limit, and Rodz with the forearm to the back right off the rip here. Rodz again, not quite like Estrada, but yeah. We've had Estrada with some long matches in his losses. Johnny Hack had some shorter losses. Matter of fact, last week on television, lost to Chief J. Strongbow in under 3 minutes. But we have seen some good efforts from Johnny Rodz as well. So it'd be interesting to see how things go with this matchup here. Very curious to see how that's going up. Matter of fact, Johnny Rodz did have a match against Tito Santana a few weeks ago here on television. Back on May 26th. Santana got the win with the figure 4 leg lock, but it took over 7 minutes for Santana to get that win. So let's not count Johnny Rodz out. Tito got his foot caught on that bottom rope there. That's allowing Rodz to come in with those series of forearms. That big right hand floors him. Again, big match here for Tito. If Tito wins this match, he will take on Ted DiBiase for the WWF Championship at the Philadelphia Spectrum tonight. If he loses, the North American champion Ernie Ladd will get that title shot. So, stakes could not be higher for this match like Rodz catching him. There's the whip. Rodz now catching him. Oh, big time right hand. Nice drop kick. Knocked Santana off that ring apron. I tell you, Johnny Rodz wants to get in the win column in the worst way here. And if he can play spoiler for Tito Santana, even better. Santana sending Rodz in that corner. We do know that the next chapter in the Chief J. Strongbow, Greg the Hammer Valentine storyline will play out at the Spectrum tonight. We know that the next chapter in the Bruno Sammartino Nikolai Volkoff storyline will play tonight. I assume those are going to be actual matches. Tito missing that dropkick off the top. You know, what does the draw do for the... Actually, even the draw would... Even the draw would give Tito that title shot, so... Well, Johnny Rodz had a shot at that North American title recently as well here. So it's not like Johnny Rodz has not had opportunities. Nice drop kick there by Tito Santana. Going for the cover, and kind of one of all Tito can get. So a win or a draw for Tito Santana would give him the #1 contender spot for tonight's match. A lost kick at the Ernie Ladd. Airplane spin here by Tito. Not enough people use the airplane spin in today's wrestling. I just gotta say that. I love the airplane spin as a move. Tito now into an Indian deathlock. That'll soften up those legs for that figure 4 that Tito has used to become success, including against Johnny Rodz. Double leg takedown going for the figure 4 here. I think it's probably too early to get the submission out of it, but stranger things have happened. Tito kind of sensing that he doesn't have it won yet. Let's go of the hold. There's the whip. Duck underneath. That big flying forearm. Cover that man. Get that #1 contender spot. 1, 2, 421. Tito Santana has earned that #1 contender spot. He will get that shot tonight at the Spectrum.
Here is your winner, Tito Santana.
422 with that flying forearm. Tito getting that win. So now we can get there and say it officially. Later tonight at the Philadelphia Spectrum, Tito Santana take on Ted DiBiase, the WWF champion. DiBiase will be defending that WWF title, WWF championship in that match. It will be the only championship on the line at the Spectrum tonight. Nikolai, Volkoff, and Bruno Sammartino will have the next chapter in their rivalry. Greg Valentine and Chief Jay Strongbow will have the next chapter in their rivalry. Be probably 9 or 10 matches in all. We're going to figure out that lineup off the air here and come back with you. So if you're watching on Twitch, well, let's go over the result one more time here before we do that. In the opening contest, Greg the Hammer Valentine pinning Chief Jay Strongbow with a flying elbow drop and a hell of a match. Match only went 3 minutes and 45 seconds, but it was a fantastic match. The Valiant brothers defeating SD Jones, Dominic, DeNucci, and Steve Travis when Jerry Valiant pinned Travis with less than a minute remaining in the time limit. In the 15-minute time limit. We got Ivan Putski over Jose Estrada with the Polish Hammer in 5:26. Nikolai Volkoff pinned the Iron Sheik with the backbreaker into the fallaway slam. And then after the match, Bruno Sammartino from the entryway cheering on Nikolai in a show of respect. Ernie Ladd, the North American champion, successfully defending the title against Pat Patterson, pinning him with a leg drop in 4:52. And then in that final match, Tito Santana earning that #1 contender spot with a win over Johnny Rodz and that flying forearm in 4:22. So if you're watching live on Twitch right now, stick around. We're going to take an intermission to cut up the next show. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get it cut up. So it may be 10 or 15 minutes. I want to just keep the stream running so you guys can sit back and enjoy the show. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be a separate video that'll probably drop in the next 24 hours. So check that out once it drops. If you're watching on YouTube, remember you can follow me at RefJHawk on Twitch. Get the notification when these streams go live. And join in the fun live act can happen. Of course, X, TikTok, Blue Sky, RefJHawk, Instagram Jhawk1539, the podcast, the Indie Wrestling Guide, wherever you download your favorite podcast. We got a review of AIW Hell on Earth 20 on the most recent episode that dropped this past Thursday. Got some great stuff lined up for that as well. You can follow that podcast at IWGuy1 on Twitter as well. That is going to do it for me for the time being. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll get it in the next video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We'll be back at Gorilla One's okay, we'll be back in a short.
Sounds right. Sounds good.